Hello again, this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery with a very cool painting which, in spite of it being really cool, has kind of been bugging me for a while. I got some drips that don't match anything else, and I got some areas that just aren't cutting it for me. I just finished another artwork using my basting brush and adding trails to a black canvas, and I like the way it worked out. So I'm thinking about doing it again with this. Hopefully it'll be quick hit and run, and I think just a few areas. Well, that's a good one. Just really briefly, yes, I think so. Maybe that. Alright, so let's see what happens. No, not yet. It's not time yet. Don't jump the gun. Alright, I can add gold to black and it will sell. I could have spread some of those, but I know that if I use my basting brush and create some texture and some interest, the background will become one with the foreground, which is not really saying anything because there's no real background in this. And I may add some straight up squeeze bottle colors. White and black sell together. That was white pearl though. Let me see what else I think about this. I like some of that. I think I'm just going to have my way with whatever's here. Let's see how I feel about whatever colors I'm adding. I have colors standing by. I like a lot of the background, so my inclination is not to destroy everything in my path. I don't mind that there's color still in the basting brush. What else can I say? I just want some layers, and I'm willing to work to get them. And I could probably swipe these. I have some white, some damp swipe cloths standing by. And I can wipe paint off if I'm quick enough without doing any damage to anything. So if I'm brazen, that's the reason why, because I know if a painting is already dry, and this is well and truly dry, it's been hanging around for a while, that there's no rescue mission involved there other than the fact that I can wipe it off with a damp cloth without doing any harm. Now I don't know why I have such a hard time leaving just plain old dribbles, streamers, whatever you want to call them. But for some reason I feel compelled to continuously add a tool. And I'm trying to break myself of that, to tell you the truth, so that I have more chance to do more things that I am inclined to do at that moment. I just want some nice patterns that follow the eye around. I think I need some white with the neon colors always. I like these colors so much that I'd like some of them up there, and I'm willing to fix my boo-boo. What can I say? I like that pink. I want to try and see what happens. Actually, I have beads too, but I like pouncing the little Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas. And just use my finger to cover some of the edges with that. And if I leave this alone long enough, it begins to react with the paint next to it, and I can see selling happening. I got a lot of paint in my way. I'm not sure. I should have cleaned up after the last painting. I am having a good time with this. You can use the spatulas just like spoons, or excuse me, like brushes or forks or spoons or anything else you want. It occurs to me I just used some copper in my last piece, and I have some in here, and maybe it wouldn't hurt anything to just go for that and have some more. I'm wondering what goes well with copper other than gold. I take my skewers a lot of times and I just dip them in sideways to see what will happen. It's sort of like veins in agate is the result of that. I haven't quite got to the stage where I feel like I might need to wipe it all off yet. And I'm sort of kind of feeling it. The temptation to finger paint is ever present. I'm not the biggest fan of that copper, no matter what I try and convince myself of. I just don't quite get all the way to where it's my favorite thing ever. I'm way more of a gold girl. But I'm not hating this either. Trying to step back a little bit mentally and see where I feel like things are supposed to be. I haven't quite got there yet either, but this is doing this on camera and trying to be spontaneous and clever isn't always as easy as I might make it look occasionally. But I'm getting somewhere now that I like with that. Sort of. It's not bothering me as much as it was. Or at all. There's a few more cohesive things going. I want some lighter color in there. Yeah, I'm just going to mix the gold. I like the gold. What can I say? There's no excuses. I just love the gold. And that's better. I can hear a squirrel approaching us in a big hurry, and I'm hoping it's just a squirrel, because it seems rather large, but the large animals in Florida are not near my backyard, fortunately. No alligators in our swimming pool. We're nowhere near any water like that. Which is a good thing, honestly, because I hear your pets disappear if you live too close to the water. I don't know where that came from. Just squirrel in the bushes, sort of weird talk. So because I like this gold here, I think that it needs to be everywhere where that black is. And I've got little splooges of orange, which are okay, I guess. Might encourage me to try something new where that landed. That's not hurting my feelings any at all. I like that quite a bit, actually. So, I know this is all kind of irreverent, far as I'm not taking it terribly seriously. And I had a somewhat nice piece of artwork. But like I said, trying to be spontaneous and original and share and make a cohesive design all at the same time. I see that needs to be white. Let's go back to using the basting brush a little bit. See what happens there. Let's do that over here. And I'm getting closer to what I want, which is cool. And I haven't eradicated the whole painting, which is amazing, really, truly, because that does happen occasionally, regularly. Just let her go. I wanted this to be quick, but we've got 5 minutes left, and I'm glad I set the timer for 18. 20 minutes the camera shuts off anyway, so that's necessary to know about that, because you wonder. You just all wonder so often, and let me know that. Well, I'm liking it. It's kind of wild, but so am I. Kind of feel like I want more black in some areas, but I like that pattern right there of those. I like those little gold popping cells. So I just want some darkness. Yeah, that's better. That's what I wanted, more like what I wanted. I love when the paints mix and leave behind the patterns. I think that's really cool. And I could spatula swipe, which is pretty neat too, which will make different patterns of cells, but we're getting some really neat cells. I don't know if you can see them or not. I think a little more of that up there, right there. I say a little and then I splash it right on in a big way. That's okay. I could drag some chains. I think the only thing that I think is missing is the same thing I put in my last piece, which is that blue right there. It just makes things pop for me. I like it. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like I want to do something different right there. That's my Prussian blue I always talk about, that I've added a little bit of Deco-Art pouring medium to. I don't mind having those colors on my spatula. They're there because I chose to have them stay there. I am feeling like I want something different in here now. I may regret it, or I may not. But I'm still somewhat on track. I'd prefer this to not take another 20 minutes. I don't think any more of that is necessary, but I do like the idea of this right here. Waggle my spatula, mix some paint together, let it interact with each other because there's Floetrol in the mix. Okay, I'm coming to the end of this experiment. Spreading paint. She said not entirely sure she was telling the truth. Working on top of an already painted dry canvas is definitely different. Anything but sure of myself when it comes to it, but I'm willing to try. Maybe that's the ticket. Maybe just let loose a little bit more with a basting brush. Blend those blues right in there. Still not a huge fan yet. There's a painter I like who's on my Instagram, or I'm subscribed to on my Instagram, who does something that I used to do. I would paint an elaborate, go figure, a very patterned piece, and then decide that it was too busy, and go back later with black and white and just a wide brush and chunk it out and fill in. And he's very chunky with his paintings. I'm loving that right there, and I feel like in the next 49 seconds I'm gonna have to tell you everything I haven't told you already because I'm too busy for having fun. Shop my Amazon link for tools and toys at no expense, extra expense to you, and it helps me out and I appreciate it very much. There's Teespring, which is a new line that I've added my designs to recently. That's better. I like that better. And look for the leggings, follow the links. There's Instagram and Pinterest and Facebook albums showing the wet and dry artworks from YouTube at the bottom. The recipe for my paint is inside the description underneath the video. You can find a contest to win one of 3 paintings on the studio tour. My artwork is for sale. I need to sell some. I'm running out of space. That's pretty cool. Okay, we're finally getting someplace I like to be. It's different. Very different. You'll be gone in a second. The camera shuts off at 20 minutes. I might have said that. I probably did. I seem to recall. Wow. Alright, so I see there's a little yellow there and I wish I had some more. And I think I'm just going to play fast and loose for my last moment and see what happens if I add some yellow. Because I think the yellow might be the ticket. Even though I have schmutz on my brush, that yellow's popping. I've had a lot of fun. I want to thank all my contributors and thank you for all the conversation. I'm going to use a torch on this before you're gone and pop any bubbles and enhance any patterns. Try not to light the painting on fire or melt the extension cord to my camera battery adapter. And I'll say see you in the next video. Look for that contest. PayPal and Patreon contribution places will get you an entry to win one of those 3 paintings if you win. On my YouTube header, channel header, and links underneath the video. It's busy, but I like it. I think you're going to be gone in a second. But if you're not gone yet, I'm going to keep on keeping on. Because I can. Which reminds me, I have the Because I Can slogan on my t-shirts. I'm never sure that... Ooh, yeah, baby. At last. My pink has come.